It seems that Olga's mother was onto something. Something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
Hoppá! Kezd körvonalazódni a sztori. Tök jó, mert nekem még nem. Semmi kérdőjel, egyből be kell menni, az cső.
For the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mum. And don't worry, I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
Hát akkor egyesével le kell lövöldöznöm őket. Eléggé kisugárzó a személyisége. Hát az mi bű volt?
De bazd meg, nem látok a...
Nem bagos. Kösz. Nem találtuk el. Öcsém. Jó ez a cucc, de mégse. Szórakozol. Igen. Ennek nem így kellett volna történnie, csak mondom. Igen. Nagyon instabil. Na, mi történt az egérérzékenységemmel? Nem catch? Amúgy nem kell semmi nagyobb. Bezony. Valami lett az egérérzékenységemmel, és nem értem miért. Na mindegy. Itt azt hittem, hogy lesz valami info, de akkor nem. De azt a cuccot láttuk meg a legutóbb.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? That man on the phone. Who was it?
You're Kiminyuk. Dear God, please don't hurt me.
I asked you a goddamn question.
My boss, you mean? I
I don't know his real identity. Almost nobody does, I swear.
Do you really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so. But it seems you're deliberately trying my patience.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. But I can tell you other things. Just ask. Just don't kill me. I can be useful. You'll see.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damned chemicals?
Érdekes, ezt is újra kell írjuk, van egy olyan érzésem, mert lassan listát kell vezetnem.
Answer him, but casually. Relax.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away. Apologies for the delay.
Spare me the excuses and move. I need that core diazopoxide and I need it now. You two, continue without me. I hope for your sakes you don't screw this up.
It would be best if you forgot I was ever here.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Értem. Tehát a Fekete Sztalker a NARB-nak dolgozik. Őszintén szerintem a sztori ezt a két küldit felcserélte. Előbb kellett volna így jönnöm. Vagy ő a NARB feje. Így van. Mert érted, ezeket a bizonyítékokat már láttam, és most olyan... nem tudom. Hát ezt hogy csináljam? Ezek ilyen elit szutykok. Mit oldalazik, öcsém? Idegrángása van? Na. Lent meg nem hallottak ebből semmit. Nagyon jó. Ami nem tudom miért lootolok. Őszintén. Nyilván erre kellett fölmenni. De akkor vannak még a lenti árnyak közelében. Meg alant. És elől ketten. Azt az infót láttam, vannak ott még ketten. Ja, arra lesz szükségem. Tehát amit már az előző raidben itt voltam és láttam. Azért hogy kibírt két fejlővést? Jó, ez a nyom már meg volt. Hogy jutottam legutóbb föl? Mármint, hogy másik része lesz az épületnek. Ja nem, bazdmeg, erre is volt följárat, igen. Itt még van valaki az emeleten. Jaj, de hülye vagyok, ő volt a csávó. Innen jöttem. Akkor megyünk a sátor felé. Ezzel kell valamit csinálni, mert ez így nem jó. Szevasz, Lasdu, szép jó estét! Ciao. Na. Miért lootolok? Mi ez a tömeges tömeg? Szevasz, szia Holly, neked is, szervusz! Te együtt szoktatok így menni jobbra-balra, vagy hogy? Na, őket... Ezek csak tudósok.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond to any stimuli. The previous subject had quite a different reaction. What's behind this difference, I wonder? Age? Sex?
Az. Jó napot, uraim!
Vanya? Finally! Who the hell are you?
Vanya!
What did you do with Vanya?
Stay very still if you want to
Vagy az a
live.
csávó volt,
Please
aki...
don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without anesthesia? Administering shots of typhus? What are you doing exactly? I really want to know.
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humanely as possible. But you have to understand that...
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice. Other people's sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes, everything we do is for the greater good.
Hogy lehet? Mindent azért tesznek.
Are you shooting these poor souls up full of Chernobylite?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we signed is very strict. The penalties...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real? Stop being a corporate stooge and start thinking about your own life.
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but that was just the first stage. We're way past that now.
Uh-huh.
It was, you see. The fatality rate was... it didn't bring the desired results.
We've moved from administering nanosolutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance them with Chernobylite. We've developed our own Chernobylite CRISPR.
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them. Especially the locals. What happened to them?
What?
Which ones? There were many patients here. Some of them didn't make it past the final phase. The others, we don't know.
Don't let him dodge the question. Make him talk.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us explain. Modifying genomes is only the first step. Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brainwaves. It's basic neurology. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain via the thalamic gate at the brainstem. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland and... well, there you go. I don't like to use this term, but it opens a third eye.
A third eye? Right. Then what?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of energy, and even influence physical objects, as in telekinesis.
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind? God, what kind of quacks are you?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable experiments. Anyway, when the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced coma. Contrary to what you might think, it's for their own good.
Explain, and fast. What is this final stage?
Our boss calls it communion. It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves, or, well, to tell you the truth, we don't know exactly what it is. Chernobylite is like a virus in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. It's
What do you
something
mean?
in between. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structured organic tissue.
Mi a jó Isten? Mind bizony, Benni, mind. Szia, Reni, szervusz! Mi az Isten ez?
What's the purpose of this communion?
This is where it gets really interesting. You know that Chernobylite can be used to create wormholes, right? You've been doing it yourself. But these wormholes are special. Haven't you noticed? They're not a purely physical phenomenon.
I don't understand. What else
Akkor
could they
mi?
be?
We know what singularities and the tunnels should look like. We know what they are in theory. But has anyone actually been inside one before?
Bullshit. I've studied Chernobylite too. The exotic energy it contains is powerful enough to create quasi-black holes and passages between them.
We thought so too, at first. But think about this. What if there was an organism, or a virus, an entity powerful enough to create its own singularities?
No biological
What?
organism could encapsulate that kind of energy, or survive if it did. A living entity would be torn to shreds.
But Chernobylite is not a normal biological organism, is it? We have no idea what it is. Just try and consider the possibility that the wormholes you're walking into are not something created outside of Chernobylite. They are Chernobylite. You're traveling through the veins and corridors of its multidimensional body.
But what does that have
Akkor
to
ez
do with this
segjuk.
communion thing?
Isn't it obvious?
Úgy néz ki.
We're trying to communicate with Chernobylite, or somehow influence it through the mental energy of our subjects. But getting inside this thing's mind, or whatever it is, must be a truly disturbing experience.
You're fucking insane, both of you. You need to stay away from the morphine cabinet for a while. I've heard enough.
Nem hallottunk eleget.
Who's your patient here?
I'm not sure, but she must have been carefully selected.
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she maybe run down and captured by soldiers in the woods? Talk!
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know. But we know very little about him.
What's your boss in charge of exactly?
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related, but mainly the impact on human physical and psychological functions.
Ha. Tehát az emberkéket akkor a Fekete Sztalker szervezi be, hozza ide? Jó, hát igen. Jobb belátásra bírja őket.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. How does this work with Chernobylite?
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the exact genes we want to modify.
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done on embryos, right? And it takes time, sometimes even years, for mutations to show.
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied directly in the subject's body. The speed of the mutations has increased exponentially. It no longer takes years, but weeks, sometimes mere days. Marvelous, isn't it?
Öcsém.
Enough. All I've got from you so far is a bunch of gibberish. I want to see the actual research. Where do you keep your data? All the research data?
Check the database in this computer. Everything can be accessed from here.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us and we'll tell you.
Don't worry, I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23#98S$.
Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. People died because of it. Delete everything.
Megint törlés vagy
It won't bring my
megtartás?
mother back, but at least no one will profit from her death and the deaths of others.
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman. But it could contain the key to defeating him.
Le kell töltsük, szerintem. Mert azt tudom, hogy Tarakannal rosszban vagyok. Olgával nem annyira. És érdekel hát, hogyha... Így van, tehát letöltöm magamnak, a gépet még megsemmisítjük, kész.
Looks like the Black Stalker is enhanced somehow by Chernobylite. The NER put him in charge of safeguarding their science secrets.
Ó, Super Soldier program.
These guys are telling the truth. They really achieved something incredible here.
Why did you do it? God damn you!
You did good, Igor. We will turn this information into a weapon against the Rat King.
Jó van. Hát ő nem járt sok szerencsével. Oké. Olga, igen, neki nem tetszik, nem baj. Még van 2 enemy. Érdekel az engem. Nem. Tele vagyok loottal. Menjünk haza, azt nézzük meg, hogy mit kéne majd megváltoztatni, mert most már tényleg meg kéne valamit.
I'm sorry, Olga. Nobody deserves to die so horribly.
I was hoping for some good news, but perhaps I was foolish. My mother, these people, they were all just used, processed. How could anyone do something like this? Anyway, did you find anything of value?
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly. I don't know if I want to get into the details yet.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not stupid either.
Well, NER seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant turtle that carries our universe on its back. They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want. Like a pet.
Érdekes hasonlat.
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory behind it is no less insane.
Right. Thanks for trying, I guess.
Ha. Na most ezzel a küldivel azért picit okosabbak lettünk, hogy mi folyik itt és mi történik a háttérben. Akkor körülbelül azt kéne kiderítenünk, hogy hol van Tatjana, és mi a kapcsolat közte és a Stalker közt, meg a NAR közt. Mert ugye a KGB csak ürügyként, vagy az, hogy sok amerikai zenét hallgatott meg minden ilyen hazárulásos dolgokkal, csak az vedő sztori volt. És valószínűleg ugye amiatt vitték el, hogy ő volt a nulladik beteg, vagy miattok. De az még nem derült ki, hogy ehhez köthető-e. Bár ahogy leírták ugye ezeket a kísérleteket, hogy mit élták át az emberek, meg hogy Tatjana mit okozott, eléggé hasonlatos. És mindig csak egy eszközünk van. Jó. Most vannak dolgok. Tolvajkulcsot is találtunk, tök jó. maradhat. Jó. Akkor. Ugye tankoljuk fel magunkat, amennyire tudjuk. Kell töltény. Abban nem. A ruci se sérült. Jó, akkor mit kéne? Amúgy töltény kell csak revolverbe. Jó, 21 Chernobylitünk van, az 7 darab emlék átírása. 7-es darab emlék. Egy képességpontunk van, az semmire nem elég. Na de. Oliviernek nem tetszik, hogy... Kosztját elengedtük. Raskónak nem tetszett, hogy kosztját elengedtük. Detonátor. Ez mondjuk kijavítható. Felrobbantom megint a radart, és akkor a környezeti elemzőm nem lesz upgrade-elve, hát most pontoljak rá, de másra nincs negatív hatással, csak több naros lesz a környéken. Ez lehet, hogy át kéne. Érdekes lesz ez balanszolni, hogy hogyan, kivel, milyen viszonyban leszek. Mert kéne használni a detonátort. Nem tudom még mit írjak át, az a bajom. Meg még annyi minden nem derült ki, hogy tudjam, hogy mit szeretnék átírni. Azon az egyen kívül. Building, vagy mi az, képességpontom nincs. Tele vagyok. Ha nem tudom, hogy át akarok-e írni valamit. Na, egy kis Fekete Sztalker szimuláció, hogy a harmadik nyomozásunk is meglegyen. Nem lehet meg minden nyomunk, de szerintem nem fog változtatni rajta. Így van, nézzük meg. Ki is ez a Fekete Sztalker?
Listen, Georgi, I know what I'm doing, but there's no going back now.
I know, my dear friend. It's just that we lost such a brilliant mind that terrible night. I'm afraid of losing you, too, all over some romantic squabbles.
Parancsolsz.
And this misunderstanding also cost you your good looks.
I don't want to listen to this anymore. No more distractions, you hear me?
Oh yes, of course. I'm very happy to hear that it's all in the past now.
Ja, a másik oldalról. Jaj, most, jó, oké. Tehát Borisszal beszélt az előbb is, és oké, tehát tudott róla, hogy Boris... Hát...
Good. So let's get to it. I would like to see some results as soon as possible. We both know that she's the key. We've wasted enough time already.
All right. Just don't do anything
Right.
rash, please. We need to follow the proper protocols.
So my dear friend Boris worked with Semenov even after the Chernobyl disaster. I wonder what happened to his face. And Tanya is the key.
Boris
Key
lett
to
a
what?
stalker!
More secrets. I've got to keep digging.
Nem, megtaláltuk a belépőkártyáját. Vagy az csak elterelés? Ha. 99. Novembere.
Your trials were too aggressive, my friend. I told you that you were using too much, didn't I? I told you. You're lucky you didn't end up brain dead like the others. But here we are. Boris is dead. Truly dead this time. There's no reason to pretend otherwise now. I suppose I should have seen this coming. The mental projections you told me about, the visions, they've been building for some time.
Miért van az, hogy ez egyre több kérdést vet fel bennem ahelyett, hogy megválaszolná azokat?
To be honest, I just thought that your hallucinations meant you were losing your mind. Prolonged exposure to Chernobylite often causes psychosis and hysteria, after all. Why, I've seen the test subjects babbling about Cthulhu, or wanting to save the world from rats.
Oké.
You really did it, my friend. You crossed the Rubicon. You achieved something that no one has ever achieved before. Well, except her. But she has a different purpose. You will be the first of your kind. You will help me bring about a new era of human evolution. You will help me reach the stars.
Így van. Igen, kísérleteztek rajta is.
Forget your past. Forget your pathetic personal involvements. Distractions. Foolish distractions for the weak. Wasting your time seeking validation from others, but not anymore. You don't need any of that going forward. You're to be my right hand in the days to come.
A Doki, amikor beszéltünk vele, nem mondott igazat nekünk.
It's time to drop your old mask and don a new one. Time to become what you were always meant to be.
Örülnék,
The
ha
Black
látnám.
Stalker.
Ja, így.
Wake up soon. We've got plenty to do, you and I.
So it was Boris all along. He started the Chernobylite trials on himself and became the Black Stalker. Dear God.
Igen. Jó.
I've told you
older.
everything you need to know, General. What seems to be the problem?
The problem? That's what you're calling it. Look, I won't even pretend to understand what you and your lab monkeys are doing down there. And I wouldn't care if I did. What I do care about is this facility and the safety of my men. So the next time you decide to rush an experiment that can potentially release a bunch of fucking monsters into the world, please tell me beforehand so I have time to devise a strategy.
First off, the shadows are key to our research. They are hybrids that... You know what? I won't bother you with details that you won't be able to understand anyways.
Hibridek. Mibu.
And second, actually, no, I'm responsible to the board, not to you, Kozlov. Your job is to safeguard this operation, not lecture me on things you will never come close to understanding. In fact, the board wants you to cooperate closely, very closely, with my right-hand man. I would like you to familiarize him with all of our security protocols.
Who? The freak in the black mask? You want to tell me who the hell he is? I like to know who I'm working with.
If you need a name, call him what the rest of your men call him, the Black Stalker. One last thing, I know you don't share my views on the future prospects of this organization. But don't even think about throwing in the towel. If we fail, there will be hell to pay for both of us. There is no walking away now.
So the NAR is somehow responsible for creating shadows. Or at least releasing them into the world.
Így van.
Boris, the Black Stalker is also involved in NAR security.
Ezt meg egysegjuk. Mint hogy megtudtuk. Mi a negyedik szimuláció amúgy? 3 meg lett, de kell 4.
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but it's for your own safety. I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the roof of the Pripyat hospital. Come as quickly as you can, and try to be discreet. My superiors would be very unhappy if they knew I was helping you.
I knew I could count on the old man. I would have contacted him sooner, if only I'd known he was here.
Jól van. Akkor Dokihoz kell mennünk. De még mindig hiányzik 4 darab eszköz, és még egy nyomozás, amit fogalmam sincs mire gondol. Eszembe jutott, igen, Guido. Jól van. Ez... egyre huszább, de mégis egyre terel magával, hogy mi van. Csak azt a részét nem értem még, majd a végén emeltek kiderül. Ha azért vagyunk itt, hogy Tatjánát megtaláljuk, és Tatjana nincs itt, akkor miért vagyunk itt? Vagy mégiscsak itt van, valahol.